Man, we got to be careful of the measure of judgment we pour out onto others, because the same measure is going to be poured back onto us. How does it become so easy to magnify someone else's mistakes, the speck in their eye, without seeing the log in our own eyes? How many times do we see somebody in a season of failure, or maybe somebody's flaws get exposed, and we make a judgment on them that totally writes them off from our hearts? How much time do you truly spend praying for that person? 7 billion people in the world, and one person's problems is magnified in your mind, and the first thing you do is cast them to the side? Man, that's dangerous. I don't believe in coincidences. Out of the billions of possibilities that can manifest in your day's experience, somebody's struggles has come to your attention, not for you to make a judgment on them, but for you to pray for them. It's a test on your character. Turns out it ain't got nothing to do with them. He said, I'll use all things for my good. I'll use your neighbor's failures to test your character and see how you respond. Let me tell you this, whenever I see somebody messing up, or I see somebody's character is flawed, or whatever it may be, and I truly pray, more times than not, God will take away my focus from the person at the end of one finger and point it at the person that's on the other end of 3 fingers. Myself. For me to see that I'm no different. I still have flaws and I still make mistakes, and the same grace and mercy that sustains me is extended to everyone. It says the prayers of a righteous man availeth much. If we can pray for people that don't got sense enough to pray for themselves in the moment, they may be walking thinking that they're doing right in their own eyes, but if you can see that they're stumbling, if you can see that they're not living right, and you fail to pray for them, what does that say about your character? You just write them off in a judgment, saying, I'm going to cast them to the side and wash my hands of this person. What if the same measure of judgment was poured out on you when you make a mistake? The mistakes that people don't see, the chaos that goes inside of your own mind and your own wicked lusts and desires. Because when God gives me eyes to see me, I know right then and there that I need a savior. I need a savior because I'm just as flawed as the next person. I ain't got no business judging anybody before I make a judgment upon myself. And when I make that judgment upon myself and know that I need a savior, puts me in a position to know that they need a savior too. And instead of spending my time and energy and efforts magnifying their mistakes or their shortcomings, it puts me in a position to bring their case to the throne of God, to pray for them, to pray for myself. Lord, how do I respond to this? How should I feel about this? What should I do about this? And like I said, man, God is quick to take my attention off the person I'm asking about and reflect it back to myself. And when I see that I ain't no different and I ain't no better, please believe I begin to have mercy on that person because of the mercy that's dwelling in me. So let us stay in an agreement, family, that before we start looking at the speck in other people's eyes, we are quick to seek the log in our own. And that when we see a speck in our brother or sister's eyes, we're quick to pray for them and not throw stones at them. Because the same measure of judgment you pour out on the other people is the same measure of judgment you're going to receive in return. It's not a coincidence. It's a test.